That was a hell of a setup.
Yeah.
So I mean, how was that too? I know you say your grandmother, they had a good side of the mouth and the bad side or something like that. Or how was that? Because you say your uncle was like a hustler that you looked up to or whatever, and then you even talk about how one of your uncles had gotten in a fight with your other uncle because he stole his shit.
Yeah, that's my Uncle Black Boy. That's the one I wanted to be like. You know, he was like the breadwinner of the family, you know what I'm saying? He was giving us 10s and 20s before we even know what money was. You know, he had the mopeds, the Cadillac on Trues and Vogues, you know what I'm saying? The 98 Cadillac, I think that's what they called it, you feel me? And man, you know, Black Boy was hustling. He was a teenager when I was a toddler, you know what I'm saying? But I used to see him coming in with all this money and the 8-ball jackets and 4-finger rings, and he had a mouthful of golds at a youngster, you know what I'm saying? And I just idolized that, bro, you know what I'm saying? And one day my grandma used to keep my uncle's stash, the younger brother, and I watched my older uncle. He had just got out of jail, you know, he was always in and out of jail, my Uncle Jerome. Right. He went in my grandma's room. My grandma used to have my younger uncle stash in a little toolbox, a red toolbox. Right. So my uncle, by him being a penitentiary nigga, I guess he peeped the play or whatever, or he knew, you know what I'm saying, from paying attention. But I'm woke in the wee hours, I see him lifting up my grandma though. My grandma was old, you know what I'm saying, blah, had gangrene, you know what I'm saying. He go in there, he get the toolbox. So I'm knowing you ain't supposed to have that toolbox, you feel me? But I wasn't gonna say nothing if nothing wouldn't have came up, cause you know what I'm saying, I mind my business. But this is my Uncle Kelvin, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know, this is my dog, this is what I want to be like. So when he came in there and he made it like it was an issue, where my toolbox and somebody who been in mama room, and nobody could go in mama room. So I was like, I saw Uncle Jerome go in the room, so bam, my uncle instantly got mad because he was checking everybody, you feel me? He went, my Uncle Jerome was across the street by this female. He had then bought us some roses and champagne.
And this was in the Melpomene?
Yeah, he had bought us some roses, not champagne, wine. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to wine and dine.
Yeah, some nice shit,
yeah. So, bam, my uncle went over there and saw like how she got all this. In some kind of way, he found a toolbox. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he had in the toolbox, some work and some money, you know, some rings and stuff like that. My uncle had to impound all that. So him and my uncle started fighting. My uncle big, he fresh out of jail. My Uncle Black Boy, he a live, he about your size, you know what I'm saying? Man, so this is the first time I seen somebody shoot a gun, you feel me? And man, my uncle couldn't handle him with the hands, you know what I'm saying? So he picked up a 2x4. My grandma used to have this little 2x4 behind her door to lock. If you ain't in there, you locked out.
At a certain time, right?
So my uncle grabbed the 2x4, so some kind of way, my other uncle snatched it back, but he went and ran and got the gun. So my other uncle running down the steps, he just started busting that boom, boom, boom. He ain't hit him though, you know what I'm saying? But he was trying to, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he took a loss that day, man. He ain't never get that back. I don't think he did.
Nah, that's a crazy story. Now was that your grandmother that you said you liked her food? And I know one of your grandmas you said her food wasn't that good and the other one was. Because I had a grandma like that too. My mama was a great cook. She was originally from Napoleonville, and my dad mama from Uptown. Her cooking wasn't as, so I kind of related to which one was better. So that was the one that cooked the best.
Nah, my grandma Bertha, she used to, man, like mayonnaise jars, you know, it come in the jar. You're gonna have your name on it with your water in there. Right. She had the bowls on the stove with your name on there. You know, she had like 12 children and they children, you feel me? So she feeding everybody. But it was something about her rice. It was always gummy and hard. Like how you get gummy and hard rice, you know what I'm saying? Hard at the tip, gummy. It just wasn't right. It wasn't the right texture. You know what I'm saying? And man, every time she had that rice. But the crazy part, most of my uncles wind up being chefs. You feel me? So I'm like, damn, my daddy was a chef too, you feel me? So I wonder if they just had to be a chef because of my grandma's birthday, you feel me? But at the same time, my grandma had gangrene on her legs, you know what I'm saying? So she really couldn't get down like she used to, you know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, man, I remember that, bro. But one thing about it, she kept everybody fed. You know what I'm saying? But it just was that rice. It just was that rice, man.
And all your cousins that's watching this probably gonna be like,
oh yeah, they know about that rice. They know about Bertha rice, man.
Now, what your grandma was that was the good cook you was talking
about? My grandma, that's my mama. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, she used to work at a school, so she was a cafeteria worker. You know what I'm saying? So she knew all about cooking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And only thing I ain't like from her, she used to make me eat these damn black eyed peas. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time it was Christmas. And my granddaddy, he just passed away too, man, about a month ago. Yeah, my grandma passed and my other grandma passed too. So my granddaddy went out, he ringing the bell like ding, 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 ding. You know, we thinking it's Santa Claus, you feel me? So she like, okay, Santa Claus coming, you hear the reindeer, they go the noise. So bam, I start putting sugar in the black eyed peas, man, start eating it, man. I can't stand black eyed peas to this day. My grandma me, man, eat them damn black eyed peas. That's the only thing I ain't like. Them motherfuckers taste like, they just taste like some burnt Boston baked beans or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
So you definitely don't want to see that on no New Year's, no black eyed peas.
My wife just tried to fix that, I said, and that was my memory.
Right.
My grandma made me eat, put a little sugar on it. That shit was still nasty.